Guys, if you are not talking, please go into mute. Okay, so where are we, guys? 1 second. Yeah, so where are we, guys? I think in the last class we are talking about the data. We have seen the set data structure. We have seen the difference between the set and the array data structure. And before that, what we are discussing, guys? Before the set data, only yeah, I think importing and exporting also we have seen, right? So how do we import and export import the external JavaScript file into another JavaScript file? That is what we have seen. How you're going to get the data security and how you're overriding how you're skipping the scope of the variable to not to come into the global or not to affect the other JS. So that's what we have seen. Okay. So on the top, let us go with the next data structure, which we call it as a map data structure. Okay, so before going with the map, so hope you already got some good idea about the set data structure. The only small difference between the set and the array is unique values. Okay, so we have even seen how do we convert an array also into the set, how to find the unique values, and what are the methods like has method, set method, size property, dot add property. So those things we have already seen. Okay, so let's go into the next thing. And on the top, we have even seen the for off looping control structure also, right? How do we iterate over a set? Okay, using the for off looping control structure, that also we have seen. So now we go with the map data structure. Okay, so what do you mean by this map data structure, guys? It's very simple. It's almost like the JSON object. Only the difference is whenever you want to insert or whenever you want to get the data from the map, you don't need to make use of the key dot key property thing. Instead of that, we have some predefined property using which you could able to access or update, or if you whatever the operation you want to do on the map, you can make use of you can do that using your predefined methods. Okay, so how do we create a map data structure? We simply say something called as say some m1 is or else say some data is equal to new map of. As like set data structure, map is a predefined class being supported in your JavaScript. You just need to instantiate that. That's it. Okay, so whenever you say a new map, it automatically creates a map. Now, if at all you want to insert the data into this, so we say something called as data dot set is a predefined method using which you're going to specify what is the key. Say something called as name is the key. What is the value? Say something called as Raj. In case of your JSON object, we used to say object dot name equal to Raj. But here, in case of your map, you have a predefined method like dot set method using which you could able to insert values inside a set. Okay. In the same way, I say data dot set something called as age. I say some 20. I say data dot set, say something called as some gender, say some male. Okay, like this, you could able to insert any number of key and value pairs within the map data structure. Now, we already know that anytime we are going to insert the key value pairs within the JSON object or within an object structure, the key should be always unique. If you try to insert the same key with a different with the multiple values or the same value, it is going to store only the recent one, whatever you are storing. Okay, the same happens with the map also. Okay, so now if you console log this guy, the data, let us go and execute this guy. Inspect this. Now, if you go with this console, this is how it is storing. So it is having the name as Raj, age as so and so, gender as so and so. This is how it is going to store the values inside the values inside the map data structure. And if at all you want to retrieve the values, you want to get the value based on the particular key, then you can simply say console.log data.get method. So get is a predefined method being supported in your map data structure, under which you simply specify the key which need to be used. Save this guy, come back and reload. You should be able to get the value of the corresponding key. Okay. So this is what your map data structure on the top. In case of your JSON, there is no predefined property to find the length property. But in case of your map, you have something called as console.log data.size property. Okay, as like your set data structure, you can make use of the size property, which will return the total number of key and values within the map data structure. So when you see here, the difference between the JSON object and a map is, in case of your JSON, it is a data container. At the same time, it even holds a behavior. We can even put some function also inside this. Whereas coming to your map data structure, it is a pure data structure, which is capable of only holding the data. Okay. Any questions up to this before we going with the iterator on the top of a map?
Is this will accept the duplicates?
It will accept the duplicates. If we add the duplicate, it is accepting. It is not going to throw any error. Now I say gender, something called as female. Now if you see the guy, reload the page, you're going to have only the female as a response. Whatever the recent one you give, that is going to override it. The same thing happens with your JSON, right? You can't have the same key multiple times. So when you give the same key, the recent one with the new value what you give, that is what it takes. Am I clear?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So this is how you're going to create a map data structure on the top. If at all you want to iterate over this, again, there is something called as for of looping control structure. We already seen for of looping control structure in order to retrieve the data from, in order to retrieve each and every data from the set data structure. Whereas we use the same for of looping control structure even to iterate over the map data structure. Okay. In case of your JSON, in order to iterate over the JSON, we used to go with the for in looping control structure. But in case of your map, we go with the for of looping control structure. So what I say is, let say some key comma value of what is the map name? It is data. Okay. Now if you console log the key and console log the value. Okay, now if you save this guy, reload the page, it will automatically iterate. Sorry, it is not key and value, it should be value comma key. Okay, so now if you reload, I said key comma value. No, right? It should be value comma key. Now if you reload the page, okay, yeah. Sorry, guys. This guy is creating the confusion. Value. Okay, now if you come back and reload the page, now you see you got the key and the corresponding value. You got the key and the corresponding value. Okay, so when you go with the for of looping control structure, it will go to each and every key value within the map data structure and returns the corresponding key and the corresponding value of it. Okay, so this is again a good interview question, guys. Like how do you iterate over the map data structure? And the major question what you will find is the difference between the map data structure and the JSON data structure. Okay, so you should be able to explain that. So any questions?
And in real-time world, where will you use the map data structure?
Anytime you receive the data, like say for example, we have already seen a product data which is coming from the server, we make use of it, and we are going to represent the data on the UI it is always coming in the form of JSON, you go with the JSON. Anytime you're reading the data from the user, you're creating a structure of it. I mean, read the data and create a structure of it. It is recommended to go with the map data structure. And it is so clear, right? If you have only the data to represent, go with the map. If you have the data along with the functionality or the behavior to be added, then you need to go with the JSON data structure. Am I clear, Robin?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so this is about the map data structure. And the next thing what you have is, there is something called, one second, I have written this.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
In map data structure, it's create index value also.
No, right? When you go with the key, we are already giving a key. There is no way the key index value created, right? Either you
But
go.
So it shows 0, 1, 2, 3 in maps, sir.
You are saying this guy?
Yes,
You are
sir.
saying this guy? I mean, remember, when you go into the JSON object, internally, the data structure, what it make uses is an array. Yes or no?
Yes, sir. It is
Yes.
an
Even in case of your, what do you say? In case of your map, the internal data structure is like an array. That is the reason you see this G1, 2, 3. But you cannot access the 0th position. You cannot say that, okay, give me the 0th position of this. It is just a structure, what it is showing. But anytime you want to retrieve the value, it should be through the corresponding key, not with the index.
Okay, sir. Understand.
Yeah. Okay, so one more thing what I have is, let us talk about the initializations, guys. Okay, there is a shortcut of initialization using the arrays or object. So let's have a look at that. I say, yes, please. Someone asking? Is someone asking a question? Okay. Okay, for example, let us say I have some data is equal to an array of some 34, 56 and 89. My requirement is I have some 3 variables, M1, M2 and M3. And my expectation is I want to initialize the values within the data array into this M1, something like this. M1 is equal to data of 0. I need to say M2 is equal to data of 1. I need to say M3 is equal to data of 2. Okay, this is how I would like to initialize the values M1, M2, M3. This is what we do in case of your ECMA 5. But now when you come to, okay, let us even show this guy console log M1, M1, M2 following with M3. Okay, save this guy, come back here, open in the browser, go with the inspect, go with the console. This is how the data is being shown. Super fine. Now on the top, this is what we do in case of your ECMA 6. But now ECMA 5, this is what we are doing. But now if it is ECMA 6, there is a shortcut way if you want to insert the array values into a individual variable names. You know what I can do? I can simply say var M1, M2, M3 is equal to array of so and so. As simple as it is. Now, if you save this guy, come back over here and reload the page, you have the same values for M1, M2 and M3. You don't need to go with taking all the individual index and inserting the values like M1 equal to so and so, M2 equal to so and so. Instead, the shortcut way what you have is directly make it as an array, and array of variables is equal to array of values. As simple as it is. Any questions?
Sir, someone asking a question in chat.
Oh, 1 second. Okay, Pawan, sir, can change the product data dynamically in a map data structure like Amazon web page? Can change the product data, obviously, right? If you want to change the value, for example, my expectation is I would like to change the value of the gender. If you see line number 16, I made the gender as female. Later, I modified the gender to the female. Sorry, earlier it was male. Now I'm making it as female, right? It is possible. Once you insert the data into the map data structure, doesn't mean that it's a constant. It's a normal data structure. You can insert or you can delete or you can add anything you can do. Is what your question? Who asked this? Pravan? Did I answer your question? Yes. Okay. Is everyone clear, guys, with the maps? Can we go forward?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what do you say? Yeah, this is the shortcut way of initializing the values from the array. Okay, whenever you want, you have the variables and you want to find the values of the array, you can directly say so and so array of values and okay. Is anyone looking for the question? Okay. And the next thing is, for example, I have var some name equal to Mr. Raj. I have some age, something called as some 20. I say some gender equal to something called as male. My expectation is I want to make all these individual variable names as an object. Okay, I would like to say some var data is equal to a JSON object where I want to say name, comma, name, age, comma, age, sorry, not comma, it is colon, right? Age, comma, gender, colon, gender. Okay, this is what my expectation is. Now, if I console log this data, save this guy, come back and reload the page. This is how it is coming. Okay, you have created an object with age, gender, and name. But now, instead of writing, whenever you have the variable name with a corresponding value, and now you want to create a object having the same name as a key. Okay, name itself as a key and the value should be like this. So instead of doing this from your ECMAScript, the shortcut way what you have is var data is equal to object of name, comma, age, comma, gender. Save this guy, come back over here and reload the page. You still see the same type of JSON object. Okay, the commented part is your ECMA file, but coming from the ECMAScript, the shortcut way of defining it is simply say object is, data is equal to, within the object, you simply see the variable names. Automatically, the variable name become the key and the corresponding value also will be assigned to that. Am I clear? Next.
Yep.
One more thing, what actually shortcut what we have is, say for example, where some student data. Okay, let me. Student data is a JSON object. You are saying the name, say some Tina, age, say some 10, gender, say some male, sorry, female. Okay. Now you used to give the methods like, what do you say, get info. Okay. We used to say a function, something like this, or else display info is some arrow function. Either we can go with a function or arrow function. This is what we used to go with the function definition or sorry, object declaration. And this is how you used to inject the behaviors within the object. But now from our ECMAScript, you can add the methods directly within the object without either using a arrow function or the function keyword. Now the shortcut way what we have is, you copy this guy, you simply say data info as a method. You don't need to use either the function keyword, or you don't even need to use the arrow functions. As simple as it is. Okay, from now, whenever you are inserting a behavior within the JSON object, you simply add the method. That's it. No need to put the key, colon, function, arrow function, not at all needed. Automatically, it becomes a function within the particular JSON object. Am I clear? Okay. Guys, hope everyone is clear. I mean, when you're not putting the question, I'm assuming that no questions. Okay, fine. The next thing is another important. Okay, one more thing is I haven't discussed about the for each looping control structure, right? Let me talk about the for each looping control structure. So it is one of the new looping control structure being supported. Okay, I say some script where some data is equal to JSON object 35, 55, so and so, so and so. Okay, now if at all you have to iterate this, in your ECMA 5, we used to do this. I equal to 0, I less than data dot length, and I plus plus. Okay, this is what we used to do, and I say console dot log data of I. Isn't it? At the same time, I can even get the index value also, console log I. Okay, save this guy, open in the default browser. If you inspect this, go for console. This is how you're getting the index value and the corresponding value. Okay, fine. This is what your ECMA 5, the older way of JavaScript. But now from your ECMA 6, the latest version, what you have something called as for each looping control structure. For each is a looping control structure using which you could able to iterate over a array. You can simply say that data dot for each. Okay, you can say something called as index comma value, and now if you console this guy, value, save this guy, come back and reload the page. This is, oh sorry, first thing is the value, second thing is the index. This is where the confusion is. Okay, now if you come back and reload the page, you should able to get the key or the index value along its corresponding value. Now we don't need to work on putting a for loop control structure in order to iterate over an array. You don't need to do that. So from the latest JavaScript, we have this for each as a looping control structure. If you simply want the value, then you say value. If you want the value and index also, just give this. And now you guys know that value and index are not predefined. Those are user-defined values or user-defined variable names. Right, guys? Is everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Yes.
Okay, now the next part what you have is, let us say I have a JSON object. Okay, let me do this, guys. Let us say obviously it doesn't work. Okay, I just tried it. Okay, yeah, so this is what your for each looping control structure, guys, using which you can iterate over it. And this is your older way, and this is the new way of doing it. Okay, So the next part, what you have, the most important concept, I mean, one of the very commonly used interview question also, there are 3 new methods being introduced. There are actually many, but among this, there are 3 mandatory methods which are being introduced on the top of an array, which can be applied on an array. Like there is something called as a map method, there is something called as a filter method, and there is something called as find method. Okay, these are the predefined methods which have been supported from your latest JavaScript, which can be applied on an array. Okay, so let us have a look on this, what actually individual methods are doing. Array, map, filter, and find method.html. Okay, let us say some data is equal to array 8990. Okay, save this guy. Now, what do you mean by, now my requirement is I want to find out whether this array is holding a value called as 89 or not. In your ECMA file, what we used to do, we used to say for var I equal to 0, I less than data dot length, I plus plus. Okay, we used to say var some flag equal to false. Okay, and I used to put a condition if data of I is equal to 67, then I say flag equal to true. And once I come out, I used to check this flag. If flag is equal to true, then you simply say console.log found. Okay, if this is not the case, we say console.log not found. Okay, very simple. I have an array of values. We are taking a flag, a Boolean value, and we are writing a simple for loop with manual logic, like starts from 0, so and so, so and so. And based on the flag, we are checking whether it is found or not. And this is from your ECMA 5. Now, when you go with the console, it is saying that it is found. But here, aren't we not writing some hell lot of logic over here, guys? Yes. Now, what your ECMA 6 says is, or from your latest JavaScript, what says is, there is a method, something called as find method. What you can say is where result is equal to, what is your array? There is something called as data dot find method. Okay, data dot find method, which is going to take a callback method. Okay, the callback method, under that it will take a temporary value, something called as temp. So what this data will do, when you say find method, it will automatically go to each and every value within the array. You don't need to say start with 0, go with 1, go with 2, go with 4. No, you don't need to say that. You simply say array dot find what is the method which need to be applied. Now, if you say if temp is equal to 67, then you simply say return temp. That's it. So what is the temp? Temp is actually the value if we found it. Now, if you say console.log result, what is the result, guy? Just have a check out here. If you reload the page, result is saying like 67. Now, instead of 67, I say 677. Do you find that value? No, it will automatically become undefined. Now, can I simply check this, guy? I simply put a condition. If my result is existing, then I say console.log found. Else, if I say console.log not found, as simple as it is. Now, if you come back and reload the page, it says not found. Okay, for example, I say 67, save this guy, come back and reload the page, it says found. Okay, So dot find is a predefined method. Now you don't need to write this much of logic here. You simply say array dot find method, provide a callback method. We already know what do you mean by callback method. You don't need to manually invoke that guy. It will automatically gets invoked on each and every on each and every element. Okay. Any questions here? Guys, hope everyone is here.
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. On the top, for example, if you are interested, my requirement is to check whether the 67 is there or not, and I want to know the position of the 67. So for that, you have another method, something called as find index. Okay. So what do you mean by find index? Return temp, right? And if you say found plus result. F-O-U-N-D found. Now if you come back and reload the page, it will return you the position. So the 67 guy has found in the second position. Okay. So like this, either you can get to see whether the given value is existing within the given array or not. At the same time, if you want, whatever the value you give, if you want to know the index of the particular value, you can even use this find index method.
Can we use it to find multiple values?
At a time, the find method is capable of finding a single value. If you want to find the multiple values, multiple times the find value has to be done. I mean, find method has to be applied. Because if you see, when I say find method, this callback method will be applied on individual values. At a time, you cannot.
Okay.
If you want at a time to be found, I mean, if at a time you want to find out like whether 27, 37 is valid or not, under this callback, you can actually put a logic. But it's unnecessarily lengthy because for each and every value that looping will be executed. So that is the reason. So find method is only for a single value.
Okay. Thank you.
Is everyone clear?
Sir, if value is twice, so
Sorry, what was that?
if value is twice, so what happens?
Obviously, the first occurrence will come, right? That's a good question anyway. Say, for example, I have the 67 here and I have the 67. So what is my index value? Obviously, the first occurrence will come, right? Once I find that, I'm going to stop the repetitiveness, or I will stop the looping internally. Am I clear?
Yes, yes.
Next. On the top, so this is what your orals will create separate methods, separate examples, guys. This is find and find index methods. Okay, let me create a separate example. JS map method dot. Okay, now I have a say some data equal to array of 56, 89, T77. Okay. My requirement is I want to find out, or I want to create a separate array where some new data equal to an empty array. Under this, I want all the values of this array with a multiply with 2. Then I want to insert into the new array. Okay, so what I need to do here, guys, I say for var I equal to 0, I less than data dot length, and I plus plus. Okay, you need to say new data dot push. What I need to push here? Data of I into Okay, now I say console.log, or else let us say this, where result is equal to, take the multiplication of this, then you insert the result value. Now I say new data, save this guy, open in the browser, go with the console. It is an array having all the values which are multiplied with 2. This is what we used to do until your ECMA 5. But from your latest JavaScript, what actually it is saying is there is a predefined method, something called as map method. I simply say data, okay, I say where new data is equal to, you don't even need to initialize it. So data dot map is a predefined method which is going to take a callback method. Under this, you say you take something called as a temporary value. So what this map guy will do, it will go to every value inside the array 56. Initially, the temp value will be 56. Second time, the value will be 89. Like this, it will go to each and every value. Now I say return temp into 2. That's it. Okay. Now, if you console this new data, save this guy, reload the page. Do you see the array where each and every value is getting multiplied? Implies it's very simple and straightforward. You have a method. That method need to be applied on every value of an array. That is what map method is having. In my method, right now, my requirement is it has to multiply with 2. You say that, no boss, I need to check whether the given number is a prime number or not, or whether the given number is a even number or not. Then what I will do, I'll simply say something called as, in fact, actually that can be done even with a filter also. But right now I say return temp modulus 2. Okay, so now if you come back, now if you see array of all the guys, like wherever you have a 0, that is equal to even number, wherever you don't have a 0, that is equal to odd number. So like this, I mean, you take a method, if you want to apply a method on every value of the given array, you generally need to run a for loop and you need to use that. But instead, you simply use the map method and provide your business logic under this method. That method will be applied on each and every value of the array. Am I clear here? Understood everyone what do you mean by map method?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, so let us go with the next one. The next one, what you have is JS filter method. The name itself specifies, if at all you want to filter the specific values from the given array, you simply go with the filter method. Okay, now I say some var data is equal to array of some 45, 67, 89, 88, and 99, 99. Okay. My requirement is I want to filter the values I want to find out only the even numbers from the given array. Okay. How do I go for that? I simply say var say some result. If it is ECMA 5, I want to show you the difference here. What I need to do, var sum I equal to 0, I less than data dot length, I plus plus. Okay, you need to say data. No, I need to say result dot push method, and that too I need to put a condition here. If at all, if data of I modulus 2 is equal to 0, you say result dot push data of I. Okay, I need to say console dot log. Result, go with the default debugger window, go with the console. I have array of 2 values, which is of even numbers. Now, if I say I want to find out all the even odd numbers within this, this is how I got it. Okay, this is what you're doing from your ECMA 5 until ECMA 5. But from your latest, what actually we do is you simply say where result is equal to, you don't even need to define this result as an array. I simply say, what is my array? Data dot filter is a predefined method. On the top, you put what is the callback method and with a temporary variable. I say temp. Now I say if temp modulus 2 equal to 0, then you return the temp. Otherwise, you don't return it. Now, what is going to happen? The filter method, it is going to apply this callback method on every value. First of all, the filter guy, it will take 45. Is 45 modulus 2 equal to 0? No, I'm not returning anything. Next, 67. No. 89. No. 8. Modulus 2 equal to 0? Yes, I will return this. And who is going to catch this? It will automatically make a result as an array and it will keep storing the values inside it. Now, if you come back and reload the page, I have the values. Earlier, we used to write a piece of code to check all the prime numbers within the given array. What we used to do, put a for loop, under that, go for each and every value. Again, you put the loop and check whether it is prime or not. Instead of this, now you simply say data.filter method. Under this, whatever the logic of the prime number you have, now you add it. So it is so simple to apply a method and filter the required data from the given array. So these are the new methods being supported from your latest JavaScript. Am I clear here?
Sir, we can achieve it this requirement through map also, sir, previously.
We can achieve through map. If you
Yes,
see,
sir.
map is getting applied on each and every value. If you give 5 values and apply the map method, can you tell me what is the result? What is the length of the result, guy? Can you tell me what is the length of the result, guy? Now I'm applying this temp modulus 2. You result map. If you have 5 values, obviously the map will give you the 5 values. Yes or no?
Sir.
Got it? Got the difference? Yes or no? Got the difference?
Yes, sir.
Got it? Yeah, good. Next.
Sir, this filter method works on set data structure.
No, it is only on arrays. These are the new predefined methods can be applied on arrays, not
The
on.
set data structure also same, sir.
Sorry, set internal data structure is not array, right? That is the reason. If that would have been the reason, can you say that set of 0, set of 1? No, right?
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Next.
can't we place this if condition in the previous map to extract only either even numbers or odd numbers?
Where, Ramna? Are you talking about the map method you are saying?
Same if condition can't be right in a previous map, either extracting even numbers or odd numbers.
No. To be clear on your question, you're saying that on the maps, you want to find out whether it is even or odd. That is what you're saying?
Yes, sir, like filter.
Yeah, but actually on the map, now if I say something called as where S1 is equal to new map of. Now if I say S1 dot something called as filter. Okay, let me do this. I say S1 dot set name. Sorry, not name. I say M1. I say 20. S1 dot set M2 say some 45. Okay, now what you're saying is S1 dot filter. Why don't you add this method? Okay, now I say where result is equal result 1. Okay, now you say temp. Now you are saying let us say return temp. Okay, save this guy. Let us see what is our result 1 is coming as. Come back, inspect. It is saying that S1 dot filter is not at all a function. Why so? Because it is a set, right? Sorry, yeah, because it is a map, right? Okay. In the same way, let us even try with a set data structure. Someone is asking that, right? I say where S1 is equal to new set of, okay, there is a set data structure, S1 dot add some 45 22. Okay, now let us come back and reload the page. Now if you see again, S1 dot filter is not a method. So when I say it is an array data structure, then only you could able to apply this map, filter or find method. Ramna, you have a question? Ramna, are you
Yes.
clear now? You asked this question,
So-
right?
Sorry, actually, we are placing if condition in filter in this example. The can't we place the same if condition in previous map to extract even number like this requirement?
Okay, you are saying that map
Yes,
method
sir.
on the top of the array.
No, sir. Within
Same map method you're talking about. You're not talking about
yes,
the map data structure.
map that yes, sir. I'm talking about within implicit function, sir. Callback function. Or is that?
Yeah, I got your point, Amna. You would have said this before. I mean, I'm done with the example, and now you're saying this is not. Okay.
But
no
I am
problem.
watching, sir, what you are teaching newly to us.
Okay, fine, no problem. Let us come back to that map
Array
method.
functions within array functions.
Where is that map method? This is for each. Or else let's create a simple separate example. Array map. Okay, I say where result equal to data dot map method. Now you are saying that pause here, you will be getting a value. Then why don't you take this if the temp modulus 2 is equal to 0. Now you say return temp. This is what your question, right, Amna?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let us see this. Now when I inspect this, go with the console. What is the value of the array you have? I mean, what is the length of the array you have? The result length is 4, right? The given array is also 4. That is what I said. When I say map is applying one of the method on individual values, whatever the result you get, I will take it into the result array. That is the reason you give 100 values. On each and every value method will be applied, the result will be taken care. Now here you are saying that if it is modulus 2, return will be temp. Otherwise undefined will get again stored. But if you take the same guy, I say result, come on, I say result 2. Okay, instead of map method, I will be applying the filter method. Now, when the filter method is going to be called here, it will be called on every value, but the return will only happen if the condition is true. Result 1 is not defined. Oh, sorry, it is result 2. Save this guy. Now, if you come back and reload, what is the length of this guy? This guy is 3, but that guy is 4. Why so? Filter method, if it is not satisfying, I don't even return a value. But map method, for sure, I need to return a value. Do you guys get the difference, Ramna, now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Any more questions?
Please open chart window, sir.
Please open chart window. Okay. Okay. Sri Narayana having a question. The predefined methods, map, filter, find methods, iteration is internally doing these methods. I think Sriman Narayana, you are giving a statement, right? It's not a question. Okay. Next, Hari Babu. If anyone ask print even numbers in the given array, which one I can use, for loop or filter method? Come on, you guys tell me, guys. You tell me which one is more useful or which one is more optimized.
Filter.
Obviously, right? Hari, the filter is more clear, right? The reason is when you go with this function, your own defined function, you are taking a variable I, memory occupation or memory occupying. You are taking that whether the finding the data dot length, it is taking some time to find out the length. You are doing the mathematical operation of incrementation and decrementation. You are manually taking that guy and you are making that guy to move to the each and every index. Why do you want to take the pain? If there is a filter method, you simply say what is the business logic need to be done. It is the job of the filter method to go to each and every value, take that value, apply that guy, and make it into a result array. That is more simple, right, Hari? Hope you are clear. Yes. Okay, so this is about.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Sir, in the same file, we have declared var s1 equal to new set, sir. We are getting an error now, sir, for that because it is a set object.
Yes, it is.
If we even array, result would come, right, sir?
If it would have been an array, obviously on the array you can apply the filter method. That is the reason it will come, right?
Sir, then we can convert the set object into an array also.
Yeah, you can do that. Remember yesterday we have done that, right? Converting a set into an array and array into a set. I mean, if you really want to apply, for example, if your requirement is, I want to find out all the even numbers from a set. In general, dot filter method will not apply. Convert that set into an array. On the array, you apply it. That is fine. That's straightforward, right?
Yes, sir. I was having a doubt, sir, whether it would work.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, that is one of the answer actually. If someone says that, boss, I have a set. Under that, I have some n number of values. My requirement is you need to throw me the even numbers from the set. Then what you need to do? Convert that value in the array. On the array, apply all the filter method. And whatever the result you get, again, convert into set. Your job is done. Okay, but anyway, the bottom thing is filter or whatever the methods we have seen, those can be only applied on a array, not on other data structures. Okay. Okay. Fine. And performance wise, which is better? Shudesh Panam. Can anyone answer this? For or filter? Can anyone
Filter,
answer
sir.
that? Obviously, it is
Obviously,
filter,
filter.
Shudesh. Because it is clear, right? You're not taking a variable name. You're not calculating the, I mean, number of iterations, both are doing the same. That is so clear. But within the iteration, when you're putting an iteration, you are doing some manual job. But there, in case of your filter, you don't need to do that. No memory allocation, no incrementation, decrementation, no condition check on each and every loop. Now you're saying that I less than data dot length. Now I have 1,000 items. Am I not doing this condition check for 1,000 times, which I don't need to do if it is the case of your filter method and so, right? So that is the reason, even performance wise, filter method, or I mean, obviously when we say that in the advanced concepts, new methods are being supported. So they are actually avoiding the older way of definition and giving more high performance based methods. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
sir, for string, can't you use filter or map because internally it takes zero index of 0, 1, 2 like array?
If that is the case, for example, I have where data is equal to say something called as, or I say some test is equal to array of 34, 56. Okay, I say test dot push method of something called as 34. You tell me, is it is possible or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is possible because push is a method on the top of this. Open in the default browser, inspect, go with a console. S1.filter is not a function at line number 20. I need to remove this. Okay, clear everyone, save this guy. And I say console.log test method. Now, if you save this and reload, this is how it is coming. Super fine. I say where name equal to Mr. Raj. Okay, it is a string. I say name dot push method, say something called as hello. I say console dot log name, save this guy. Now if you come back, reload this, why the push method is not applying on the string? As per your logic, you said that internally string is getting stored in the form of an array. On the top, you can apply the filter method. If that is the case, push is also a method which can be applied on an array. Can't I put it on the string? So the thing over here is string is not an array. If that would have been an array data structure, we would have been applied some predefined methods of array on the top. It is not. String internally having the memory structure as like an array. Am I clear, Sonali?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next.
If I have a string,
Go ahead, ma'am. We have some other.
yes, sir. Sir, if I have a string and there's a question given like I should consider the index of a string from 1. I think for that, before a string, I should start a space. Means
Okay.
if I will put a space, then the first character, index of the first character will be 1.
Instead of putting a space, you can put some null operator. You know, there is something called as null operator /0, because space itself is also a character which is having an ASCII value. But if you put null operator, which is /0, that can be added before the string so that the index starts from the 1.
But actually, in the real scenario, when we will use null operator, because using null operator means nothing like a if we will put a string or number, then it make a sense. Then when we will use null operator?
Okay, I said you, for example, I have this var name equal to Raj. Okay, can you tell me what is the length of this name? How do you find out this length of the name? How do you find the length of this name?
Length method.
Length.
We say console.log name dot length, right? Okay, save this guy, open this guy, and reload the page. You got it as 3. I said you, ma'am, please don't use the dot length property. What is the way you can find out the length? I can simply say var I equal to 0, I less than name dot, sorry, I should not be equal to null I plus plus. Okay. Instead of this for, I can go with the while operator. While I say var I equal to 0, while name of I not equal to null. Okay. Here I say I plus plus. If you reload the page. Yes, it is. Is it is going into infinite iterations? Yes, it is. Actually, instead of going with this null, can't I say while name of I? That will be more easy, right? Yeah, that is saying 3, right? Okay. Okay, this is how I find the length. Can you repeat your question, Sonali? I think I redirected it.
Yes, sir. Actually, I asked that in real scenario, when we will use null operator.
Okay, you mean to say that null operator, right?
Sir.
Okay. Anytime you have a JSON object, I say something called as var data. Okay. I say name equal to something called as Mr. Raj. You said that, okay, now I don't want this data, I don't want this object. Okay, you can simply say data is equal to null. Anything which is not being referred or which is not existing, we use this null. Am I clear? Because you may say that, boss, simply data is equal to object will also work, right? But still it is an object. It is still creating a memory with some empty structure. It's like an object structure. But once you say data is equal to null, I don't have anything. I'm type of object, but still my data type is null. That is where you go.
Undefined, we can use instead of null, we can use undefined.
Undefined is completely different, right? When you say undefined, any variable which is declared but not defined, we call it as undefined. Any object which is not holding anything, we call it as a null.
Okay, sir, got it.
Correct. Next, guys, any more questions?
Sir, how are you commenting the selected content? Can you show once?
You know one thing. Okay, you're saying that how do we select this? This is what you're saying.
Yes, sir. How are you making commenting?
You know, I'm not rating. Even I have always a confusion. I think it is control. Does anyone know the shortcut, guys? Control Shift slash Control Shift asterisk. There is a shortcut, guys. Even I forgot this Control Shift.
Sir, for commenting,
Shift, yes, ma'am.
the control forward slash.
Control forward slash, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Control slash Ramna. Sorry, whoever is asked this question.
Okay,
Thanks.
sir.
Yeah. Okay, and the same thing, Control slash is removing. Awesome. Multi-line comment. Actually,
Sir.
Control slash is not working. Only Control plus slash is working. Yeah. What is the multi-line shortcut, guys? Come on. Anyone? It's fine. I think we can find it out. So,
Control
yes,
plus question mark.
Control plus question mark.
Yes.
It is also doing the same actually. Oh, Control. I think Control then question mark. No, it's not working. It's fine. We can find it out, guys. So hope everyone is clear, guys. Manasa, very intelligent. She's saying that put slash asterisk and asterisk slash. That is fine instead of commenting. Okay.
Shift plus Shift Alt A, I think.
Shift. What is that? Shift Alt.
A.
Shift Alt A. Awesome. Yeah, that is multi-line. Thanks. Shift Alt A again. It's gone. Okay, good. Thanks for teaching me today.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, fine, guys. The next part, okay, I think Shreyas is having a question. Very good question. What is the tomorrow's topic? Okay, we are not yet done with the current topic. But anyway, for tomorrow, I'm going to cover the main topic and mostly the last topic of your ECMA 6, which is async and await. The very, very important methods. There is some keywords actually. Async and await methods. At the same time, we are going to talk about the JavaScript promises. One of the most important concepts these are. So these things I'm going to discuss tomorrow with some pending methods. Okay. So let me finish this, guys. We have some very self-descriptive predefined methods which are being supported in your JavaScript, the latest JavaScript, which is something called as on the strings. Okay. So there is something called as string dot starts with. So anytime you want to find out whether a string is whether starting from a particular given string or not, something like this. So it will automatically return whether true or false. Okay, dot starts with is one of the predefined method. In the same way, there is something called as dot ends with. Okay, something called as test. It will return true or false if the given string is ending with so and so. And one more thing, what you have is whenever you are saying starts with, you can even specify the index number, something called as 3. What do you mean by this? At a particular index number 3, whether the string is starting with test or not. At the same way, whether it is ending with or not at a given index. You can even specify the index where it is actually starting or ending. In the same way, dot includes is one of the predefined method, which will return whether the current main string is having this given part of the string or not. Okay. In the same way, we can use this includes method with test, comma, something called as 5. We can even check that whether the given string from the main string is included at the given index or not. Is it is starting, is it is existing within the 5th index or not. So these are some of the new methods. And on the number, there is something called as is NaN. There is another predefined method which tells you whether it is not a number or not. Earlier, we used to have an error, but now you have a predefined method which will even tell you whether it is number or not. In the same way, is infinite to check whether the given content is infinite or not. So these are some more new methods which are being supported from your latest JavaScript, guys. Okay. So I'll pause it for today. As I said you, tomorrow we'll talk about this async, await, and promises method, guys. Okay, make sure everybody is there. That is very, very interesting. At the same time, mostly useful when you go into the real time. Okay.
Sir,
Haribab having a question, how to remember all these methods? I'm feeling a little bit confused. Haribabu, like, I mean, that is where your developer skills are there, right? If you go for an interview and you say that, boss, I'm not remembering things and it is confusion. That is where the difference there, right? I mean, the more the practice you do, it won't be so hard for you. Okay, even earlier, initially, it was very complex part for me, but keep doing it. It will be very easy part for you. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. I have put in a chat box, sir. Can you?
Yeah, I got it, Hemant. Return value triple equal to ELT question mark ACC1 and ACC. It's very simple, right? So for that, first of all, you need to talk about this, what do you say, conditional operator. You know this conditional operator. Now I say where A is equal to, I say where B is equal to 99. Okay, I said A is equal to something called as B triple equal to 90 question mark 10 colon 34. Can you tell me what is the value of A here? Can anyone?
34, sir.
34, right? What is happening? B triple equal to 90. No, boss, it is not satisfying. Obviously, this value will be assigned to this. Now, instead of this, if I say plus 1, yeah. Now, can you tell me what is the answer for this? What is the value of A? What is the value of A here? Guys, if you're not talking, please go into mute. Yeah. Yeah. Can you tell me what is the value of A here now?
34 only, sir.
34.
It's 34 only, right?
Yes, sir.
Hemant, do you have the question now? Do you have the answer for this now? Whatever the question you kept it. Are you clear, Hemant?
It was in a function. It was in a code, sir. I mean, it was inside a function. Can I put that entire thing, sir?
Yeah, you can simply put a function, right? Say something called as var get info, something like this. Now, instead of this var, you can simply say return something like this. Got it? Fine, guys. So let's pause for today.
Sir, and there is something called reduce, sir. Reduce.